How many times have you innocently turned something on, opened a link on your computer, or opened Instagram on your phone to find something that you didn't want to see? While I was in high school, I was exposed to porn. I had a friend who I thought I could trust who was watching it and handed it to me. Without knowing what I was about to see, I saw things that I could never unsee. Too many people today are exposed to porn even though they have no desire to see it. Just the other day, I turned a movie on thinking it would be okay. There turned out to be a sex scene in it. I scrambled to find the remote to turn it off in hopes to shelter my home from it. Porn is an epidemic in today's society. It is everywhere, and your children are likely to be exposed to it in some way, even if they have no desire to be. Today, I want to talk to you about why parents need to talk to their children about the risks of pornography. What can happen if you choose to avoid this topic that is a rising problem today, as well as address some resources that can help you talk to your children about this sensitive topic. We all probably know someone or have heard of someone who has struggled with a porn addiction. I doubt all of these people jumped right into viewing hardcore porn just for fun. I bet a lot of those people were slowly exposed to it until it became a problem in their lives, increasingly getting worse. As a mother who has a knowledge of the continually growing challenges that our children face today, this is a concern. How do you protect your child against something that they are going to be exposed to through such innocent acts, such as going to school, watching a popular movie, or using social media, just as everyone else does? The world does not always have the same view as pornography as we do. Marriage therapists will often encourage their couples to seek out porn that can help them with their intimacy issues. With the knowledge that we have as members of the church, we know this is wrong. And we have to be the ones to teach our children this, as the worldly view will fall short. LDS Family Services teaches, as our children grow, they need information taught by parents more directly and plainly about what is and is not appropriate. Parents need to teach children to avoid any pornographic photos or stories. Children and youth need to know from parents that pornography of any kind is a tool of the devil. And if anyone flirts with it, it has the power to addict, dull, or even destroy the human spirit. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was talking about how my sister told her that if her kids had any questions about something, that the first thing they should do is come and ask her, and that they should not feel embarrassed. My mom mentioned that she was unsure if this was a good practice because my sister may have to talk about things with her children that are too mature for their age. Although my mom does have a point, you do not want to talk to your children or expose your children to things before they are ready. But the nasty truth today is that a lot of children will be exposed to things before they are ready, and if they're curious enough, they will get the information from other sources. Today, we need to have those more direct talks with our children about things to teach them right from wrong in this hectic world. To illustrate the importance of having that open communication with your child and what can happen if you choose to ignore this real problem in the world, I want to tell you a story about one of my friend's little brothers. It is known that he struggles with a pornography problem, but it is to not be talked about. The parents never talked about it, and they discourage other people to talk about it as well. They did place blocks on his devices in hopes that it would get him to stop, but he could always find a way. He felt ashamed and embarrassed, and since he didn't feel he could turn to his parents, he turned to outside sources to get a sense of comfort and validity. The problem with this is that he turned to those who do not have the same knowledge that pornography is damaging to our spirit and our relationships. They thought it was a part of life to view, and instead of stopping him, the problem grew and grew. If only he could have turned to those that he trusted to help him overcome instead of indulge. Another concern, if we are not open with our children about the damage that porn can do, is that they turn to it for answers. Although this is not always the case, some children who have questions may research it out of curiosity. The National Center of Sexual Exploitation states that the average age that children are exposed to pornography is 11. Many report that such exposure is not sought, but they are bombarded by pornography via different media channels. Additionally, children tend to seek sexual content in the media out of curiosity, for educational purposes, and to reinforce their own ideas and behaviors. Learning about sex through pornography distorts a child's development process and provides misinformation about sexuality and a sense of self that leaves the child damaged and changed. Our children should not be learning about these things from pornography. They should be learning about it from a trusted source, us. LDS.org provides a video titled, "What Should I Do When I See Pornography?" It was created to help parents have that direct talk with their children. It explains that to children in a way that they can understand what pornography is and how they can keep their minds safe from it. This video explains what kids can do if they see pornography. First, calling it what it is. This is a way to send a message to the brain that this was a bad picture or video and they should have not seen it. Then it teaches them to turn it off and not to be lured into the temptation of watching it. It then tells the child that they should turn to a parent or a trusted adult. We as parents are to be there for our children and help them not fall into the trap of pornography. Some other things that we can do as parents to safeguard against pornography in our homes, well, first we have to be willing to talk about it. The Citizens for Decency organization also recommends a program called Covenant Eyes. It has the ability to set customized filters for each family member. They emphasize that one wrong click can change a life. Internet filters are a great tool to protect against unwanted exposure to pornography. Another recommendation they have is getting reports on what is going on in the home. You can have reports sent to you using the Covenant Eyes program as well, so that you can see what websites and level of content are being viewed in your home. This is a great way to safeguard against pornography under your own roof. Since porn is everywhere and your children have a good chance of being exposed to it, have a talk with them and make sure they are aware of the damage that porn can do and what they can do to stay away from it. If we as parents do not do our part to help them against this rising challenge, they may turn to other places. Porn prevention in your home and implementing porn prevention in your home and keeping an open line of communication is so much easier than helping your child overcome a porn addiction and watching them suffer through that trial.